Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. In this video, I'd really like to focus only on the shorter term price action here. We got rejected from the trend line at the top. By the way, if anybody would like to see or watch a video about the bigger context, take a look at my last video from yesterday. Talk about the different options there. But because prices hardly moved, we focus on the short time frame only. There's one new thing I would like to talk about in this particular video. First of all, typically towards the end of a Sunday, we start to see some movement. So ideally later today, we get a little bit of movement towards the weekly candle close. Next week, we've got inflation data on Friday, core PCE. I think there's a few more other catalysts. We've got some unemployment data coming in and preliminary GDP for the US that's coming in next week. That normally doesn't move the market much with the exception of core PCE, but also here, if it comes in as expected, we probably won't see much movement. So let's see. Then obviously, I think in June, do we have in June? I think in June we have the next FOMC meeting. I could be wrong, I haven't checked it. But at the moment, and that's quite interesting, I think probabilities for another interest rate increase have gone down massively after Jerome Powell's speech. You can see that by taking a look at the Fed Watch tool. Maybe I'll show that in one of the next videos. I haven't prepared it for this video. But yeah, I mean, what I wanted to talk about is this could become a triangle. I did talk about that in yesterday's video as well. This could indeed be a triangle. And we should start tracking this because that would allow price to stay below 27,700. It would allow price to move sideways for a little longer. And it would allow price to come down in a fifth wave. So obviously I've already started to track that we have started to come down in the fifth wave. And another low is still expected as long as we stay below 27,000. You know that. But obviously what could be is, and because you often see that on weekends, but it wouldn't be finished yet. So it would still take a little while to get it finished. And we shouldn't focus too much on it, but we can start to track it. It's that this was an A wave of a triangle. Because if you don't know, I mean, wave fours can be triangles. An entire wave 4 can unfold as an Elliott wave triangle. So this could have been an A wave, the move up, because it's a 3-wave move. In an Elliott wave triangle, you have 5 waves: A, B, C, D, and E. And after the E wave is done, you expect a break to the opposite side of the E wave outside of the triangle. And each of the subwaves is corrective. Oftentimes, the C wave is a more complex one. Doesn't need to be, but typically one of the subwaves is a more complex one. And the E wave could also be a triangle. I've seen triangles in other subwaves, but typically if there is a triangle, it is often in the E wave itself, making a very, or ultimately creating a super long Elliott wave triangle. Now, this is something worth tracking maybe. In this E wave here, in this possible triangle count, yeah. I might take it off the chart again because I don't want to have too much stuff here on the chart, but it's something that we can look at in future videos. Now, what would need to happen for this triangle? I mean, as you can see, we actually reacted nicely here to a possible triangle trend line. I actually make that an orange, so here, and it would be a contracting triangle. So something like that, that's a possibility. And maybe I take that yellow line off the chart. I'll bring it on if it, if price reacts to it. But this here is certainly something interesting where we had 4 touch points up there, down here 2 touch points, and you can always bring that closer, right? Because it's always a question. Okay, what's relevant? Is it the closed candles or is it the wicks? But the trend line isn't so important in Elliott wave. What is important is that in such a contracting triangle, we're making lower highs and higher lows. So it could very well be that the C wave just finished. The D wave is now unfolding. And the E wave would be a last squiggle to the upside before coming down. Yeah, so again, there are a couple of ways how this wave 4 could unfold if it still is playing out. So that's an option here in which wave 4 could still be unfolding, but we stay below 27,700. Again, so I said it before, this is just sort of a different way of counting the micro level. My view is that because we're dealing here with 3 waves up, 3 waves down, 3 waves up again here to form the C wave, as long as we stay below 27,700, the focus is on down. And then it doesn't matter if it's really a triangle which is unfolding, or if we're moving down in this ending diagonal, which I have in the white count. They are both possibilities. It's even possible that we use this blue count here in a higher wave 4. Yeah? I might take that subwave structure off the chart now, but I leave the wave 4 with a question mark because it could be that this is a higher wave 4 that unfolds. We talked about it yesterday. To keep it simple, we've got 27,700 as pivot, and we say below that level we are bearish. And yeah, it could morph into different structures because it's a 3-wave structure, up, 3-wave down, 3-wave up. So it can always morph into something different, like in this case, a triangle. And the longer we move sideways, especially if the next move down is a higher low, and yeah, if the next move down is a higher low, it could indeed be a triangle. It would be additional confirmation. So for price to break the triangle, to get a first indication, we need to break below the B wave low. That's at around 26,400. You will only get confirmation. Oh no, the D wave low isn't in it. No, to get confirmation, yeah, we need to break below the B wave low, and then we have a broken triangle. But bear in mind, it could still be that if we break below it now, it wouldn't be a triangle, okay? So it would need to form a finished triangle first. We need to see that A wave, the B wave, the C wave, the DE. There is no way for me to currently count a complete triangle. So it needs to form these waves and then could sell off. So that's sort of definitely something to observe, even though it doesn't really make a difference because it would also sell off like the ending diagonal, but it might shift targets a little bit and explains why we're currently just moving sideways. Yeah, and besides that, all the other comments that I made in yesterday's video remain. So not much more to add. Today, we've got our member live stream at 5 p.m. UTC again. This is about trading Fibonacci extensions, how to do that, what are they, and so on. Every Sunday, we make an educational live stream, and you can put in your chart requests. Again, for anybody who is interested in the membership, you could still participate in that today. What else do we have? Yeah, feel free to check out our Twitter and Instagram as well. There's additional content there. I'm not sure if everybody knows about this, so you won't find that content on YouTube. On our channel, it's additional content that you only find on Twitter and Instagram. You can find the Twitter and Insta handles in the beginning of the videos and in the video description. And other than that, I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.